Do you guys ever feel like no matter what you do, that you'll never be able to get where you want in life? Like, what you want out of life, you'll never be able to accomplish just because of your situations or circumstances, the opportunities you don't get. Like, I just quit my job so I could travel and do all this stuff that I'm wanting to do. But I'm sitting here struggling to find a way to, get income and do that, because it's super hard to get a consistent income unless you have a 9 to 5. But if you have a 9 to 5, it's hard to find time to travel, or, at least to do the things I want to do. I'd like to, honestly, do some kind of van conversion so I could travel. I want to go across this U.S. just, as long as I can, however long, until my money runs out. I thought I could just work somewhere until, I save up enough money, and then do that for a few months at a time, and then just, rinse and repeat. But I don't have any parents that will let me live with them. I don't have, anybody I can just bum off of. I have to pay for where I live at, so I can't really do that and have all my stuff. So I've thought about selling literally everything I have and get rid of everything and cutting ties with people and just take off. But it's a lot easier said than done. That's a big step, something I've thought about a lot. I don't want to do something I regret. But man, I'm so fucking sick of just working 9 to 5s. And my last job I just quit, man, they did not care about their employees. They had family members working for them, and the last day I worked, my coworker had cut his arm open, had a gash in his arm from glass. It was super deep. Needed stitches. Was also getting heat stroke symptoms, the cramping up really bad, and he called our boss, his uncle, and he just didn't care. He was like, I can't afford to pay you guys to go back and finish that job another day. You need to stay and finish the job. So we stayed, finished it, and then went to the ER, got home super late, and there's a lot more to it. I don't really want to get too much into it and put it on the internet. But I don't know, just more or less I'm just tired of working for people that don't give a shit about you and they only see dollar signs. Only just trying to benefit themselves financially. I just know, if I keep going the way I'm going, I'm gonna be on my deathbed one day, and I'm gonna regret not taking that leap, even though I'm terrified. Almost subconsciously, I know what I need to do, but I'm not, willing to take those steps, because I don't know, man, I don't want to have to cut my ties with everybody, but to a point, I feel like I would have to, because the people in my life, nothing against anybody, but they, they're not really supportive of that kind of lifestyle. I get it. They think it's like being a hippie, a nomad, just fucking irresponsible. I get it, but it's I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna get where I want to be at working a 9 to 5 my entire life. 50 years old, and I'm finally able to do that stuff because I have the money and can retire, or whatever the situation is, and I can do stuff like that. I feel like by the time I'm that age, it's going to be a lot harder for me to go on hikes, snowboard, do the things that I enjoy doing, that I want to go and travel and do. I would like to do it with somebody, but all the people in my life, they're, I wouldn't even say brainwashed, but almost to a point it feels like they're brainwashed, you have to work a 9 to 5, you have to pay bills, pay your taxes. Obviously, you have to do some of that stuff, I get it, but I've always felt that way, but I didn't know, what I wanted to do exactly. Now I have a rough idea, I just don't know how to make it a reality, I don't know if I should just sell, literally everything I have, or what, because right now I'm honestly just trying to figure out a way of making a little bit of income to pay my bills from where I'm staying at, but, because I know I quit my job, I can't sustain myself forever, so between door dashing, doing like online surveys and getting a little bit of money here and there. Like, I have no income, so I don't know, like, I can't do what I want to do without a job, but I can't do what I want to do with the job. So it's, I don't know, man. I just don't know why life is set up the way it's set up. And like, for people that have ambitions and like want to actually like do stuff with their life, it's almost like, it's very discouraging. I feel like life was set up for me to fail almost to a point. I mean, maybe if I had like parents that just let me live with them forever and I could just save up, work at a job, quit, and then go travel. But that's not an option for me. If I do that, then I won't have anything to come back to. I would essentially be homeless. I don't know, I'm like desperately trying to figure out a way to live the life I want to live, but I can't find a way. I'm just kind of ranting. If anybody else feels this way, or if anybody else has found a way to, you know, do the things they want to do in a similar situation, please let me know, because I can't keep doing this, man. I've always, ever since I was a kid, I mean, I know there's hundreds of thousands of people who do content creation, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, any kind of social media, whatever the case is. It's so oversaturated, but that's something I've always like I remember being a kid, being 8 years old, 9, 10, 11, you know, sitting there filming YouTube videos with my friends and stuff. A lot of them never even made it onto YouTube because we didn't know how to even, you know, upload anything, but we'd film the videos. And I started posting a little bit here and there as I, you know, was a teenager in middle school and high school. Got bullied for it, got picked on, so I quit doing it as much. You know, everyone said it was cringy. If being cringy means I get to live the life I want to live and genuinely be happy, man, I will be cringy. I will film YouTube videos and post them on here, but I've also been having a problem trying to figure out how I want to go about it, because I've seen so many YouTube channels just never take off because their content is all over the place, like this channel. The recipe for success for YouTube, you have to consistently post one specific type of content and stick with it. Your viewers subscribe to you for whatever, you know, they like whatever content you post, they can relate to it. But if you start posting some cooking content about food that they do not care about, half of your viewers are not going to watch the content, you know what I mean? So I'm having a really hard time figuring out what kind of content I want to post. And I have an idea. I want to just like film my life, if that makes sense. I just want to film my life, like my experiences, because I want to go and experience all these things and go traveling and stuff. And I wouldn't mind take this GoPro, get a laptop, get a van, convert it, go traveling, film all of it, edit it as I go. But thing is, like, I know that would take so long before like I would even get like the smallest little bit of like traction going. I have to get a little 9 to 5 for a few months, then I got to do it, bro. But I'm so tired of this shit, bro. Like, I want to live my life. Everyone's like, you know, do what you want to do in life, you only live once. I am trying, man. I'm trying so hard. I don't know. With that being said, I'm just gonna kind of keep filming videos as I see, you know, like a opportunity for content. I don't want to just post trash, you know, like I want to post like some genuine content. It sounds kind of cringy. I have a few friends that I hang out with sometimes, but I'm not really close to anybody, man. And like, to a point, talking to this camera, even though I don't have an audience, it feels kind of therapeutic to a point, you know. I know that nobody's gonna listen, nobody's gonna care, nobody's gonna comment, but I like romanticizing the idea of it, I guess. A dream job, right? I gotta try super hard, and I want to, but like I've said, the people around me just, they don't think it's, you know, a viable option. It's, you know, it's not something I can do to make money. It's not something that's gonna sustain me. For the most part, they're right. For most people, it doesn't work out. That's why it is scary to try, and I don't, you know, want them to stop me from trying, but like, I also don't want to try and then ruin all my relationships over trying to do what I love, do what I want to do for a living. I don't know, I'm just kind of in a rough place. Anybody has any tips or advice, you can let me know. I guess that's what I'm going to try and work towards. I know there's going to be tons of obstacles and mainly people that are going to hold me back, but keep trying to get where I want to be, you know? Gonna try and sell my stuff, save up some money, get a vehicle I can convert, so I can start making these videos that I want to make. I mean, that's what I really want to do. It's what I really want to do. It's just scary because, you know, there's part of me that knows, you know, I could fully commit to this and it not work. So look a little bit to see if I can find some jobs that I can do online, but this is really what I want to do. We'll see if I can make it work. I'm trying to keep it a $150 with y'all. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna keep trying. I'm a tad bit depressed if you can't tell, but we're out here. We're gonna try and make this work, and I'm gonna be as real as possible on here. I'm not gonna try and fake anything. So trying to come up with some conclusion to the end of this video, and I can't even come up with one. Just kind of a ramble. If you watch this, thanks. I'm not expecting anybody to. Alright, well, I hope you all have a good day. Keep chasing y'all's dreams. Later.